Good morning, everybody. Today, Nisha and I, Preethi, are going to talk to you about the kingdom Protista as part of our biology presentation. The kingdom Protista is the most diverse of all of the eukaryotic kingdoms. They have a simple structure without any obvious tissues or organs. There are more than 2 lakh known species of protists, with many more yet to be discovered. They are the primary producers, and they range in size from microscopic, unicellular organisms to huge seaweeds. These organisms vary in body form, nutrition, and reproduce asexually and sexually by a process involving cell fusion and zygote formation. Members of Protista are primarily aquatic. They may be unicellular, colonial, or multicellular. The kingdom includes chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, euglenoids, slime molds, and protozoans. Being eukaryotes, the Protestant cell body contains a well-defined nucleus and other membrane-bound organelles. Some have flagella or cilia.
Chrysophytes. They are mostly found as phytoplanktons, microscopic marine algae. They include diatoms and golden algae, also called desmids. They are called golden algae due to the presence of a yellowish-brown pigment called fucoxanthin. They are photosynthetic, found in freshwater and marine environments, microscopic, unicellular, and occur in various colors such as blue, green, yellow, and shapes like rectangular, filamentous, elongated, etc. Locomotion is gliding movements. This is due to the secretion of mucilage. They are flagellated only during the stages of reproduction. The cell wall structure of diatoms has 2 overlapping halves, or theca. Upper half is known as epitheca and the lower half is known as hypotheca. These are embedded with silica, which makes their cell walls indestructible, that is, they do not decay. Thus, diatoms leave behind large amounts of cell wall deposits. Accumulation of these deposits over billions of years is referred to as diatomaceous earth. They are gritty, thus used in polishing, filtration of oils and syrups. Diatoms are the producers in the aquatic ecosystem. They reproduce asexually and sexually through binary fission and fusion of gametes respectively.
Dinoflagellates. Dinoflagellates are microorganisms that are regarded as algae. Their wide array of exotic shapes and sometimes armored appearance is distinct from other algae. The closest microorganism in appearance are the diatoms. These organisms are mostly marine and photosynthetic. Examples: sponges, corals, jellyfish, and flatworms. They appear yellow, green, brown, blue, or red depending on the main pigments present in their cells. The cell wall has stiff cellulose plates on the outer surface. Most of them have 2 flagella. One lies longitudinally and the other transversely in a furrow between the wall plates. Very often, red dinoflagellates undergo such rapid multiplication that they make the sea appear red. Toxins released by such large numbers may even kill other marine animals such as fishes. The association is symbiotic. The host provides a protective environment, and the growth of the dinoflagellates impart nutritive carbohydrates to the host.
Euglenoids. Euglenoids have characteristics of both plants and animals. Plants because they are photosynthetic, and animals because they are motile. They move. Majority of euglenoids are freshwater organisms found in stagnant water. They are unicellular, flagellated, and motile. Instead of a cell wall, they have a protein-rich layer known as pellicle, which makes them flexible. They have 2 flagella, one short and a long one. They are photosynthetic in the presence of sunlight, and when deprived of sunlight, they act like heterotrophs by predating on other small organisms. They reproduce through longitudinal binary fission or cysts. Sexual reproduction has not been observed in euglenoids yet. Pigments in euglenoid resemble the ones present in higher plants. Example: euglena.
Slime molds. Slime molds are saprophytic protists. They lack chlorophyll. The slime molds live usually amongst decaying vegetation. They commonly occur on lawns and moist fields. They exhibit wide range of coloration. They have phagotrophic mode of nutrition. They produce spores within sporangia. They are surrounded by the plasma membrane only. Vegetative phase lacks cell wall. However, the spores have the cellulose cell walls. Slime molds are of two types, acellular and cellular. Its body moves along decaying twigs and leaves, engulfing organic material. Under suitable conditions, they form an aggregation called plasmodium, which may grow and spread over several feet. During unfavorable conditions, the plasmodium differentiates and forms fruiting bodies bearing spores at their tips. The spores possess true walls. They are extremely resistant and survive for many years even under adverse conditions. The spores are dispersed by air currents.
Protozoans. All protozoans are heterotrophs and live as predators. They are believed to be the primitive relatives of animals. They reproduce both sexually and asexually, and there are four major groups. The first type is amoeboid protozoans. They live in fresh water, seawater, and moist soil. From the name, it's pretty clear that they resemble amoeba. They move and capture their prey by putting out false feet called pseudopodia. Flagellated protozoans is the second type. They are protozoans with flagella. They can be free-living or parasitic. The parasitic forms like trypanosoma cause diseases like sleeping sickness. The third type is ciliated protozoans. They are aquatic and actively moving due to the presence of thousands of cilia. They have a cavity that opens to the external environment. This is called gullet. Coordinated movement of cilia causes water-laden food to move towards the gullet for ingestion. Example of ciliated protozoans, paramecium. The fourth and the last type is sporozoans. They are non-motile, that is, they do not move. They are mostly parasitic and reproduce through spore formation. Most notorious of sporozoans is Plasmodium, a malarial parasite that causes malaria. Thank you. Hope you liked our presentation.